The icy Atlantic. A ship hailed as unsinkable. And a night that changed everything. For over a century, we've known the Titanic sank. But what really happened in those final, desperate hours? We're about to uncover the untold stories, the overlooked details, and the chilling moments that unfolded as the grandest ship on Earth met its tragic end. Are you ready to see what the history books missed? The unsinkable legend. They called her unsinkable. A marvel of engineering, the RMS Titanic was designed to be the pinnacle of luxury and safety. Her builders boasted that even if all her watertight compartments were breached, she would still stay afloat. This confidence was so profound that the ship carried only enough lifeboats for about half of the people on board, a decision based on outdated regulations and an unshakable belief in her invincibility. The sheer scale of the vessel was breathtaking, a floating palace intended to redefine ocean travel. Her maiden voyage was meant to be a triumphant showcase, a testament to human ingenuity crossing the vast Atlantic. Passengers from all walks of life, from the wealthiest industrialists to hopeful immigrants, embarked on this grand adventure. The opulence within was as impressive as her exterior. Grand staircases, elegant dining rooms, and lavish suites offered a glimpse into a world of unparalleled comfort. It was a journey many had saved for, a dream realized aboard this magnificent ship. The construction itself was a feat. Massive steel plates were riveted together, and powerful engines promised unprecedented speed and stability. Every detail, from the polished brass fixtures to the intricate woodwork, spoke of meticulous craftsmanship. The ship represented a bold statement of progress, a symbol of an era that believed in conquering the elements. This unwavering faith in its design became as much a part of the Titanic's story as the ice it would eventually encounter. Yet, beneath the veneer of absolute certainty lay a critical oversight. The very confidence in her unsinkability led to a dangerous complacency. The lifeboats, deemed unnecessary by many, were a stark symbol of this flawed assumption. This belief, so deeply ingrained, would soon be tested in the most unforgiving way imaginable. How could something so grand, so technologically advanced, possibly fail? The iceberg's kiss. The colossal iceberg loomed, a silent, deadly mountain in the frigid Atlantic. Its surface, a mosaic of blues and whites, reflected the starlight, a deceptive beauty for the unsuspecting liner. The ship, a marvel of its age, sliced through the dark water, its engines a steady thrum against the vast emptiness. For those on board, the night was clear and still, a perfect evening for a transatlantic voyage. Few could have imagined the silent, relentless force drifting towards them. The impact itself was not the catastrophic crunch many might picture. Instead, it was a scraping, a jarring shudder that ran through the ship's massive hull. It was a kiss, a brutal embrace from the frozen Titan. Below the waterline, a series of gashes opened, a jagged wound bleeding the ocean into the ship's meticulously engineered compartments. This was no mere bump, it was a deliberate, devastating breach. The ice, unforgiving and ancient, had found its mark. Witnesses described a strange, grinding sound, a noise that seemed to penetrate bone. It wasn't a violent explosion, but a prolonged, unsettling scrape. This insidious damage, spread across a significant length of the starboard side, proved far more insidious than a single, gaping hole. The watertight compartments, designed to isolate breaches, were compromised in too many places. The sea, cold and insistent, began its relentless work. Even as the ship's crew grappled with the unfolding disaster, the sheer scale of the iceberg's interaction with the hull was becoming tragically clear. It was a glancing blow, yes, but one delivered with unimaginable force. The sheer mass of the ice, moving with the ocean's current, carved a path of destruction unseen from the decks. What was the true size of the underwater menace that inflicted such a fatal wound? A symphony of chaos. The air aboard the Titanic, once filled with the lilting melodies of the orchestra, transformed into a cacophony of terror. Shouts of panic mingled with the groaning of stressed metal as the ship tilted precariously. Passengers, moments before enjoying a sophisticated evening, now scrambled for lifeboats, their elegant attire replaced by life vests. The sheer scale of the disaster was becoming horrifyingly clear. Water surged through the decks, a relentless invader, swallowing cabins and corridors. Amidst this pandemonium, crew members, their faces etched with grim determination, tried to maintain order, guiding panicked souls toward the dwindling safety of the boats. The ship's powerful lights flickered, casting eerie shadows that danced with the rising waves. The once proud vessel, a marvel of engineering, was succumbing to the icy embrace of the Atlantic. The sounds were overwhelming: the roar of the ocean, the screams of those left behind, the desperate commands of officers. It was a maelstrom of sound and fury, a stark contrast to the refined atmosphere that had defined the Voyage just hours before. Imagine the chilling realization dawning on those trapped on the upper decks as the slope grew steeper, making escape increasingly impossible. The very foundations of their world were shifting, literally and figuratively. The orchestra, a symbol of the ship's grandeur, continued to play, a surreal soundtrack to the unfolding tragedy. Their bravery in the face of certain death is a testament to human spirit. They played cheerful tunes, then hymns, their music a fragile barrier against the encroaching despair. It was a final, defiant act in the face of overwhelming odds. The ship's powerful engines, once a source of pride, now shuddered and groaned, their mechanical heart failing. As the final moments approached, the Titanic began its terrifying descent. The immense pressure of the water ripped the ship apart, a violent tearing that echoed through the night. The grand staircase, the opulent dining rooms, the luxurious staterooms, all were consumed by the churning abyss. What sights and sounds would haunt the memories of the few survivors from this night? The longest night. The ship, a marvel of engineering, sailed onward. It was a clear, moonless night, the kind that makes the stars seem impossibly bright, scattered like diamonds across a velvet cloth. The air was frigid, a sharp bite that hinted at the unforgiving nature of the North Atlantic. On board, most passengers were unaware of the immense danger lurking just beneath the surface of the calm, dark water. Laughter and music still echoed in the grand dining rooms, a stark contrast to the silence of the vast ocean surrounding them. Life felt secure, almost invincible, within the steel hull of the Titanic. Then came the jolt. It wasn't violent, not at first. A subtle tremor, a grinding sensation that ran through the ship. Some thought it was merely the engines, a minor adjustment. Others, perhaps more attuned to the ship's symphony, felt a disquieting shift. The crew, alerted by the unusual sound and feel, began to investigate. The initial reports were confusing, a mix of uncertainty and dawning realization. Something had happened. The impact was with an iceberg. A mountain of ice, invisible in the darkness until it was too late. The collision wasn't a head-on crash, but a glancing blow along the ship's starboard side. This scraped and tore at the hull, breaching multiple watertight compartments. This was the fatal wound. Water began to pour in, not all at once, but relentlessly, filling compartment after compartment. The ship, designed to stay afloat even with some compartments flooded, was now facing a catastrophic failure. The realization of the ship's dire predicament spread like a chilling wave through the crew. Panic, though not immediate, began to stir. Orders were shouted, lifeboats were prepared, but the sheer scale of the disaster was overwhelming. The ship tilted more noticeably now, the angle of the deck increasing with agonizing slowness. The orchestra, a symbol of bravery and defiance, continued to play, their music a haunting soundtrack to the unfolding tragedy. Passengers, many still in their evening wear, were ushered onto the decks, confusion etched on their faces. The grand vessel, a floating palace, was slowly, irrevocably, succumbing to the icy embrace of the ocean. How did so many miss the signs of the approaching doom? The icy water, the desperate struggle, the final moments of courage and fear, the Titanic story is etched in our memories. But what if there's more to uncover? What secrets still lie beneath the waves, waiting to be revealed? Join us next time as we dive into the incredible tales of the ship's lost treasures. What do you think is the most valuable artifact still lost at the bottom of the ocean?